Hey guys, are you ready for today's January 29, 2025, 10:28 a.m. Central Time? So I got a hold of the memo that was sent out to all federal employees that are still sitting their asses at home, working from home, that went out by the OMB office of the Trump administration, forcing people back to the office or telling them they have the option to resign. So I'm going to show you that memo because I found it very interesting, actually. It's from the OMB office, U.S. Office of Personnel Management. Fork in the road. Below is the email that was sent to all federal employees on January 28, 2025, presenting a deferred resignation offer. If you did not respond to that email and wish to accept the deferred resignation offer, you may do so by following these steps. Basically using your government account, otherwise it won't be accepted, and type the word resign in the subject line. And then it says here, which is so funny, of the email, and then hit send. Really? Hit send? It says, deferred resignation email to federal employees, January 28, 2025. This is what it said. Basically what this is saying, in short though, is you return to the office 5 days a week, don't look like a slob, and do your fucking job. Here's the deal. During the first week of his administration, I'm going to read it all, President Trump issued a number of directives concerning the federal workforce. Among those directives, the president required that employees return to work in person, restored accountability for employees who have policy-making authority, restored accountability for senior career executives, and reformed the federal hiring process to focus on merit. As a result of the above orders, the reform of the workforce will be significant. The reform federal workforce will be built around 4 pillars. Returning to the office, performance culture, more streamlined and flexible workforce, and enhanced standard of conduct. So the return to the office, it's basically, I'm just going to summarize this part, basically says federal employees have been working remotely since COVID. They are now required to return to physical offices 5 days a week. And it says, going forward, we expect physical offices to undergo meaningful consolidation, potentially resulting in physical office relocations for a number of federal workers. Number 2, performance culture. The federal workforce will be comprised of the best America has to offer. We insist on excellence at every level. Our performance standards will be updated to reward and promote those that exceed expectations and address in a fair and open way to those who do not meet high standards which the taxpayers of this country have a right to demand. 3, more streamlined and flexible workforce. While a few agencies and even branches of the military are likely to see increases in the size of the workforce, the majority of the federal agencies are likely to be downsized through restructuring, realignments, and reduction in force. These actions are likely to include the use of furloughs, the reclassification to at-will status for a substantial number of federal employees. Number 4, enhanced standard of conduct. The federal workforce should be comprised of employees who are reliable, loyal, trustworthy, and who strive for excellence in their daily work. Employees will be subject to enhanced standards of suitability and conduct themselves as for moving forward. Employees who engage in unlawful behavior or other misconduct will be prioritized for appropriate investigation and discipline, including termination. And that says at the bottom, it's a little further along. Each of the pillars outlined above will be pursued in accordance with applicable law, consistent with your agency's policies, and to extent permitted under relevant collective bargaining agreements. The relative collective bargaining agreements, actually, Biden, before he left office within the last 2 months, did something. I don't know whether it was a deal, a proclamation, presidential action of some sort, executive order, I don't know. But there is a federal union for employees, and I'm assuming different types of unions for different agencies, basically saying they can sit their ass at home until it was either 2026, 27, or 28. I don't remember, and I don't remember the union. So, but I can't imagine that can't be renegotiated. I don't know. But that's what the collective bargaining agreements are. Moving on. If you choose to remain in your current position, we thank you for your renewed focus on serving the American people to the best of your abilities and look forward to working together as a part of an improved federal workforce. At this time, we cannot give you full assurance regarding the certainty of your position or agency, but should your position be eliminated, you will be treated with dignity and be afforded protections in place for such positions. If you choose not to continue your current role in the federal workforce, we thank you for your service to the country, and you'll be provided with a dignified, fair departure from the federal government utilizing a deferred resignation program. This program begins effective January 28th and is available to all federal employees until February 6th. If you resign under this program, you will retain all pay and benefits regardless of your daily workload and will be exempted from all applicable in-person requirements until September 30th, 2025, or earlier if you choose to accelerate your resignation for any reason. The details of this separation plan can be found below. Whichever path you choose, we thank you for your service to the United States of America. Basically, they have till February 6th to either say, yes, I will get my ass back in the office, or no, I resign. And then if you resign, you're getting paid through September 30th, and you still are required to work. But it does say in here, regardless of your daily workload. So I'm assuming you could probably sit on your ass and do nothing and go shopping, like most of you probably do anyway. So here's the deal. It says, upon review of the below deferred resignation letter, if you wish to resign, says what it did up there. Last day to accept the deferred resignation programs, February 6, 2025. This does not apply to. Deferred resignation is available to all full-time federal employees except for military personnel of the armed forces, employees of the U.S. Postal Service, those in positions related to immigration enforcement and national security, and those in any other positions specifically excluded by your employing agency. And it says deferred resignation letter, blah, 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 and that's just basically what the letter would be in your wonderful email saying that you resign. Don't forget to hit send in your email once you've put resign in the body and the subject line in case you're really that stupid. So here's the deal. That's what that letter was, or that memo, whatever you want to call it, email that was sent to all federal employees sitting their asses at home. Now comes the rant. Listen up. This is absolutely ridiculous that people are having fucking meltdowns. I have family members that are having strokes that this happened. I don't understand for a few reasons. One, yes, it did say in there, it is a possibility you might be downsized. Guess what? Other companies downsized and closed during COVID. Every private sector job, excuse me, can fire your ass either by downsizing or because you suck ass. There's no difference at all from the private sector to this federal workforce right now that they're attempting to consolidate. So yeah, your job's a little uncertain. So maybe get your ass back to the office 5 days a week and excel at what you do. Dress appropriately. Don't color your hair fucking blue. Have piercings all over yourself. And don't speak like a fucking sailor like I am right now, as my mother would call it. Curse up and down, or tell your superior off, or tell your coworkers off. And you'll likely be one of the people they consider to be excelled. And you may even get a promotion. Go figure. What's the big goddamn deal? I don't understand it. People are having a stroke that are not very far from these offices, too. You know why? You know exactly why. Because people got comfortable in the position that they are physically in. They're in their house. They can do whatever they want, whenever they want, and including the work they're doing. And on top of it, even people who used to work in the office have basically developed, in my opinion, behavioral problems about leaving their house in general, more or less going back to the office, meaning anxiety. Everybody has antisocial behavior. I guarantee all these people sitting their ass at home are online shopping and on social media, social media is a fucking septic tank, okay, no matter what platform you choose, and is destroying people's minds and turning them into mush anyway. So you're doing other things within the quote-unquote 8 hours of work you're doing at home than actually working. And you're comfortable. You're comfortable and you've developed mental health problems because you've been sitting your ass at home due to quote-unquote COVID, which is ridiculous. And to be honest with you, some of these people, like, I'll give you an example. People who work for the Defense Department, people who work for the IRS, the people who work for agencies that are rather exclusively confidential, if you will, meaning important information, people's private information. How are you assholes working from home anyway? How is an IRS employee working from home? How is that possible on a secure network of any kind? Because I've had a secure network at home for when I was a federal intel contractor for a company, basically, because it's a federal contractor, not the government. And I had a secure network, but that network could have easily been infiltrated, if you will. But I was also it was also a federal contractor. And you don't hear about federal contractors private businesses getting hacked into very often. But you do hear about hacks into our government agencies constantly. The Treasury just got fucking hacked by China. I mean, that's ridiculous. And I think they've been hacked several times. Even the Social Security Administration has been hacked. How are these people working from home? How is this information secure? Someone could walk in and murder you, and your computer could be up, and they get all the information that you have off your computer. I mean, you could leave your computer up because you are a fucking loser. Leave the house, someone breaks in, and they have access to everything you fucking had on your computer. People steal stuff when you're not home, or an intruder. I mean, there's so many reasons that certain agencies should not be working at home. How are you working at home? How was this work? This is like the whole Clinton fucking secure server sitting in her fucking bathroom while she's taking a shit. It makes no sense how these specific people from very important agencies are sitting at home anyway. Get your ass back to fucking work. There is no problem here. There's no problem. If you have anxiety or you're antisocial, then get yourself out of your house and walk around Walmart for 45 minutes and start fucking and talking to people, like random people about anything, every day, period, end of story. And maybe you'll get some social skills back. If you have so much anxiety about going to the office, fine, go find yourself a mental health professional or go to your primary and get some goddamn Xanax. I don't give a shit. Or since everybody has approved weed these days, including Missouri, go smoke a joint and then go back to work. And hope nobody fucking sees that you're fucking high too, because I'm sure that doesn't fall under the standards in which they are going to be putting up. You shouldn't be on drugs while you're at work. But I'm just saying. And it's so funny how people will show up high to work these days and say, oh, it's fine, it's legal. Well, alcohol is legal too, and you can't go to fucking work drunk. I mean, people's logic these days are gone. Absolutely gone. People have gotten comfortable. You have mental health issues now. Figure it out. If you end up resigning, you have 8 fucking months to find a new job. Period. And guess what? That job is likely going to require you to leave your goddamn house. So either way, whether you decide to resign, you'll be in a new environment besides your house, because not too many places are offering at-home, jobs anymore. And so you're going to be somewhere else anyway by the end of September. And if you decide to stay where you're at, where you're getting fucking federal benefits, okay? Federal benefits, medical and otherwise, and getting paid fairly well, you'll be fine. Go back to the office. You won't have to look for another job. And you're going to be, like I said, the people who do resign, they're going to be out of their house anyway. You'll just be out of your house sooner. That's it. That's it. A lot of people get paid very well in the federal government with excellent benefits. If you're going to fucking resign and end up in some office somewhere else doing whatever, an executive assistant, accounting, you name it, whatever, I don't give a shit. The benefits that you're getting from the federal government are going to be severely better than the benefits you're going to get in the private sector. And on top of it, the pay may be better in the federal government than it is in the private sector, depending on where you're going. You people are goddamn ridiculous. I don't understand why people are having strokes, meltdowns, all kinds of stuff. It's ridiculous. Get your ass back to work. The private sector is going to say the same motherfucking thing. This is Are You Ready For It? Take care, guys. Have a great day.